Good morning, class. So, before we start our discussion, let's have a prayer first. Everybody, please stand up. Okay, close your eyes and please bow down your head and let's pray. So, before you take your seat, kindly pick a pieces of paper under your chair and please arrange your chair. So, before we proceed to our final discussion, let's have an motivational activity first. So, it is entitled Test Yourself. So, there are three columns which are number, divisible by 2, and why. So, there are 5 items. So, I will give you 5 minutes to answer this activity and after that, let's check your paper. So, you can answer it and one half crosswise. So let's check your paper. So kindly exchange it with your seatmate. So, okay. So number 1, 232. It is divisible by 2 or not? So the answer is yes. So why? The last digit is 2. Okay, who got the correct answer? Okay, very good. So number 2, 694. It is divisible by 2 or not? So, the answer is yes. Why? The last digit is 4. So, 725, it is divisible by 2 or not? So, the answer is no. So, why? The last digit is 5. 5, not 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or so on. So, who got the correct answer? So, okay, some of you didn't get the answer, so it is okay. So, let's proceed to number 4. So, 426, it is divisible by 2 or not? So, the answer is yes. So, why? Because the last digit is 6. Okay? Very good. So, last number is 107. So, it is divisible or not? So, the answer is no. So, why? The last digit is 7, not 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. So, who got the perfect score? Okay, very good. So, let's proceed to our final discussion. So, our topic for today is about divisibility. So, divisibility, it is a number divisible by another number if the remainder is 0 and quotient is a natural number. If a and b are integers and there is some integer c such that a equals b times c, then we say that b divided a or is a factor or divisor of a and write b divided a. So let's proceed to divisibility rules. So what are they? So divisibility rules help you determine if numbers are divisible by other numbers. Next, divisible. If a number can be divided by another number with no remainder, decimal, or fraction. When we say divisibility rule, it is a shorthand way of determining whether a given integer is divisible by a fixed divisor without performing the division, usually by examining its digits. So, now we will learn rules from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So, divisibility rule for 2. A number is divisible by 2 if the number is even. Even numbers end in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10. So, examples, 412. So, the last number is 2, and 2 is divisible by 2. Next is 232. The last number is 2 and it is divisible by 2. So 516. So the last number is 6. So 6 is divisible by 2. So let's proceed to divisibility rule for 3. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits of the number is divisible by 3. Examples, 354. So, let's add it all. So, 3 plus 5 plus 4 is equal to 12. So, 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. That's why 354 is divisible by 3. Next example is 9,363,129. So, let's add it together. So, 9 plus 3 plus 6 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 9 is equal to 33. So, 33 divided by 3 is 11. So, 33 is divisible by 3. So, next, divisibility rule for 4. A number is divisible by 4 if the last two digits of the number is divisible by 4. So example, 9,264. So the last two digits is 64. It is divisible by 4 because 64 divided by 4 equals 16. So that's why 64 is divisible by 4. Next sample is 1,209,124. So the last two digit number is 2 and 4. So 24 divided by 4 is 6. So it is divisible by 4. The next is 216. So the last two digit is 16. So 16 divided by 4 is 4. That's why 216 is divisible by 4. So let's proceed to divisibility rule for 5. A number is divisible by 5 if the number ends in 5 or 0. Example, 4,000. So the last number is 0. Next is 215. So the last number is 5. So next is 355. So 355 ends with the number 5. So that's why 355 is divisible by 5.
Next is divisibility by 6. To check if the number is divisible by 6, we will see if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. Example, 336. This number is divisible by 2 because its last digit 6 is even number. Also, 3 plus 3 plus 6 is equals 12 and 12 is divisible by 3. So 336 is divisible by both 2 and 3. So we can say that number is divisible by 6. Now, next is divisibility by 7. To check if the number is divisible by 7, we will check if the rest of digits minus the quantity of 2 times the last digit is divisible by 7 or not. For example, 196. Here, the last digit is 6 and the rest of the digit is formed 19. So it will look 19 minus the quantity of 2 times x, which is equals to 7. Now, is 7 divisible by 7? Yes. Therefore, 196 is divisible by 7. Now, let's learn about divisibility of 8. To know the divisibility of 8, we will see if the number formed by its last 3 digits is divisible by 8. For example, 1120. Number formed by the last 3 digits is 120. So 120 divided by 8 is equals to 15, which we can say it is divisible by 8. Therefore, 1120 is divisible by 8. Next is divisibility by 9. So this is similar to divisibility by 3. We just Here we will check if the sum of its digit is divisible by 9. For example, 189. Sum of its digits are 1 plus 8 plus 9 is equals to 18, which is divisible by 9. Therefore, 189 is divisible by 9. Next is the divisibility by 10. This one is very simple and easy. Here, we just need to check if the last digit is 0. For example, 240 and 550. Here, the last digit is 0, so both the number are divisible by 10. Next is divisibility by 11. If the difference of the sums of its alternating digits is 0 or any number that is divisible by 11. Example, 9702. So to get the sum of the digits in the odd digit place, that is the first and third digit, which is 9 and 0. So 9 plus 0 is equals 9. Second, get the sum of the odd digit place, which is 7 and 2. So 7 plus 2 is equals 9. Last is get the difference of the both answers and decide if the difference is divisible by 11. 9 minus 9 is equals 0. If the difference is 0 or any divisible by 11, then the number regardless of how big it is, it will automatically divisible by 11. Last is divisibility by 12. A number is divisible by 12 if the last two digits in the number is divisible by 4 and the sum of the digits in the number is divisible by 3. For example, 864. The last digit is 64, which is divisible by 4. 64 divided by 4 is equal 16. Let's see if the sum of the number is divisible by 3. So we have 8 plus 6 plus 4 is equals 18. So 18 divided by 3 is equals 6. Now, we can see that it is divisible by 3. Therefore, 864 is divisible by both 3 and 4. So now, we are done with our discussion. I will give you a real-life situation activity, and you must identify some divisibility rules. Instruction. On a 1/2 crosswise, you will determine the following. There are two friends who are buying a pizza consisting of 16 pieces, and it cost them 150 pesos. So now, how do we apply some divisibility rules on the given situation? Seeing in the situation, you can use divisibility rule 2 and 10. First is 2. Since there are two friends who are buying pizza consisting of 16 pieces. Since the last digit is even, which is 6, 6 divided by 2 is equals 3. So we can say that it is divisible by 2. And next, it cost them 150 pesos. So using the divisibility rule of 10, which is the last digit is 0. So 150 divided by 10 is equals 15. So we can say that it is divisible by 10. Now that we are done with our activity, I will give you an assignment. Give me a scenario or situation using divisibility rule by 7 and 11. Show your proving. That would be all today. Goodbye, class.